Yes, indeed, we're still celebrating Ghana Month, and you know how we do it here at Media General. When it comes to tradition, we know how to do it best. And today on the Day Show, I am gracefully dressed as a female chief, in fact, a king. And today I want to pay homage to the only female traditional ruler in the central region of Ghana, Nana Amwa Afenyi the Fifth, aka King Peggy, and she's the paramount chief of Ekumfi Otuam traditional area. And she's the one that I'm paying homage to, and that's how I'm dressed today. Do you like how I'm dressed? Yeah. You do? Okay. Thank you so much. Well, yes, indeed, and thank you also to Savida Bonye Kente for styling me for today's edition of the Day Show. It's going to be a very interesting conversation we're going to have, but of course, a display of tradition, very beautiful Ghanaian tradition, and that's what we do all the time on the show. Look forward to our BU question of the day, and today we're asking you to display your Ghanaian-ness even better. So what is your traditional name? And which region are you from? Can you boast about your region? We'd like to hear from you on social media if you're watching us. By the way, we're streaming live on Facebook at TV3 Ghana. And also, you can send your messages with the hashtag The Day Show. Are you ready for the BU question of the day? Yes. Well, we'll get to that shortly, but we'll also have some incredible people who know how to showcase their talent in the most beautiful way possible right here in Ghana. We're celebrating Ghanaian talent, and that's exactly what today's edition is about. When we get back, we'll go straight into our BU question of the day. Alrighty, welcome back, and this is the Day Show, and today you can call me Nana Amwa Afenyi the Fifth, aka King Peggy, and I'm representing and paying homage to this paramount chief of Ekumfi Otuam traditional area in the central region. And yes, my studio audience is here. DJ Filter is here. DJ Filter, what's your traditional name? He's smiling. Well, that's our BU question of the day today. Who's ready to just boast about their region? Who's it going to be? Oh, you first. Okay, so come forward. Inti efri here wafre wabadzi.
Me free supermu achobanda.
Oh, him?
Central region.
Okay, now central region din the abadzi.
Ekua mensuwa.
Ekua mensuwa. Ah, who fair.
That's it.
Okay, now if we region hono abadzi no ye fair ho.
Yeah, him for what dressing. Want to shame. Yeah, kasa ya so bibia ye fe.
Bibia ye fe today. Hey, one bouncing. Thank you so much. Me pede me nya benyin baako no so mbe Canada. Pocha bra wenyim. Today my fancy has come o. Wa wolo. Anso ye fe wa badzi.
Ye friend me early plim. I'm de me nya fancy.
Yeah.
Me ya ibeni.
Pocha kan ben.
Aha, nye begboto me nya.
Aha. Carry on.
Early plim, and then the early plim means God is with us.
Okay.
Yes, in a way. So early plim, God is with us. Yes.
Tell me something about your region.
Okay, so what excites me about my region, like a lot of things, aside the food, traditional words and everything. One thing that really fascinates me the most is the origin of the airways, how they came about, and for them to have the thoughts to be able to escape from King Agokoli, from Nochi. Yes, the thought that came in their mind to pour water on the wall, to be able to break through the wall, it excites me a lot.
Okay.
Aside everything, the food, the dance, the cultural display. In fact, when it's time for Hogbechucho, I love it so much.
Everything. One more person. Who's going to speak? Okay.
Me fi Central region.
Central region, Hey. Every Central region, mommy wave. Oh, okay, I see. All right.
Me fi Ekumfi Ekumpano. Afasha sa. One de nyago. Me je hu ye. Na me da ho so fi nkra ha kokoshe. Na mo ye me fa wo mpa anye de. What's the duku afashe? Ono mba na mbenyi ni nyina. Obia boboduku on the nyago so when you so kache
now who fancy din the abadi
me din the abewa mokwa
Hey, easy. Udi abade abrewa.
Abrewa amakwal.
Abrewa amakon. Udi edel.
Pochonyo.
Medase. Pocho. Tumitinase. And yes, we're just having fun. Of course, it is Ghana Month. We would like to hear from you as well on social media. Remember, the hashtag is The Day Show. So tell us your traditional name, where you come from, and what makes you proud to hail from that region. And that's how we wrap up the BU question of the day. When we get back, we'll go into some poetry, and there's no other person who does it as beautifully as Nasi. He'll be joining us right after this.
Ago fiha. Amen. Mpenisi enyo baakofo na ne nanane abrewa. Aso na nasa aso yi abrewa ti ahwa ebi anka me na chiriba. Nti na metumi hu ka se penin be company nsem ofra beto na nsesem ne aka nyina wonyame nsem. Shadows will find their places on the walls. They say a man can only be as true as his mother tongue. Timpenisi oba obeche no ye moni sumai. A child who will live long needs no charm. I'm a lonely dreamer traveling to distant homes to nurse my germinating journeys and to seed my adventures as fruit for my daring. I remain that jubilating fruit swinging the visible joys of a breezy day. I am still that hefty tongue of conscience housed in the cheeks of time awaiting the next eternity to speak light to this chaos of the world. And all I realize, say I shall say all body, and you need to come to my disaster sinfini, Eddie Badrin by me, and I will say no tana. Nti efran yem mapom mane nananom sa simbichiri wiase so a omfamra abode nyina credo se de etie bia ye be sane nyansapɔ no badwemem fam nana asase omama ko agya bi ho fase wo hia me bisa menyanko nsem bisa menyansasem we ye Ghana ho anwensem kakra bi me mo akwa
And yes, make some noise for Nana Sase. Good to see you.
So good
Have
to
a
see you
seat, have a
again.
seat.
Thank you.
I'm always blown away by how you're able to just stand on stage and blend the local language with the English language and still, you know, be one of the best poets that we have. How long have you been doing this?
25 years.
25 years?
Yes.
As a poet?
As a poet.
Wow. What led to you discovering this talent of yours?
What led me to discover this? Bella, thank you for that question. It's important that you acknowledge the back without which there is no front. So thank you to my parents, grandparents, teachers, everybody who taught me, up to the point where I got into GHS1. So in GHS1, Uncle Fritz Baffo was running Sincerely Yours.
Yeah.
So I'd watch a lot of Sincerely Yours. I'll listen to a lot of Komla Dumo, a lot of Ejaku Nimo, watch a lot of TNT classic movies, watch a lot of National Theatre productions.
Okay.
And then there was the African Heritage Series by Professor Kofi Anidoho. So IFO had a particular edition with the late Professor Ali Mazrui. They were in Benin, Dahomey, talking about the temple dedicated to the snake and the rainbow god. And there was this particular line. It goes like, Dahomey, the home of the serpent and of the rainbow. I was sitting with my mom, I was like, this voice is deep. I will meet this man before he dies.
Okay.
That's what I told myself.
You were 13 by then?
I was around 11.
11?
12.
Okay.
At the time. I was like, I want the depth of his voice. Komla was the person at the time, God keep his soul. Everybody wanted to sound like Komla. But when I heard Prof's voice, now I know what it was.
Yeah.
It was a divine call at the time. But you realize the man's voice was deep beyond, you know, its texture.
Yeah.
So at night, I'll just get up in the middle of the night. Dahomey, the home of the serpent and of the rainbow. No, I've not got it. I kept going at it so many times over. And then our headmistress, God keep her soul, the late Margaret Henson, Montessori School, Cape Coast, just walks into class, handpicks a couple of us, write a poem for me on books, and that was it. And then I was assigned a little voice who would sit with you and dictate whatever you should write. When he ceases to speak, everything you add will just not fit. And so it came with that consistency of, you know, discipline.
Okay.
Waking up in the middle of the night, writing, practicing.
Wow.
And that was it. But before then, it had been a long life of reading, listening, you know, watching all this by the Fireside series. A lot of learning.
When did it become a professional thing for you? Because I know you also are a PR.
Yeah, I used to.
Or you used to be?
I used to be.
Okay.
I'm a full-time poet now.
Okay.
It's been 12 years already.
Since you gave up on PR?
Since I kicked everything else and
to the side just to focus on poetry.
On poetry.
So why didn't you go with poetry from jump, especially after you had realized that that was probably a talent you had been blessed with?
Bella, you realize that as you grow with time, conviction deepens. And so at a point, well, when I was working PR agency, I realized, look, everybody wants their son to be a lawyer, a doctor, and all of that. But in our cultural space, we are almost in a generational crisis.
Yeah.
Because the old people had conspired with nature to leave when we least expect them to go. So Awuno is going, somebody needs to stay in that gap and be a guinea pig and see if that experiment works, if we really can do this full time. Others had tried, it hadn't worked.
Yeah.
But somebody needed to dedicate themselves to it,
Yeah.
to see if it would work. And I felt that calling so strongly. So I was like, gosh, I took a bet with God. Not a bet, we actually went on a pact. I gave him 5 years of my life. I was like, say, I mean, somebody I'm fat. I would never put a pen to paper in the name of poetry.
Wow.
It's been 12 years already.
12 years. So that means that it's been a good decision to make.
I'll quit my job any day to do this, knowing that it will be tough, but knowing that it will be good. Because whichever field you're called into, I'm deliberate about the word call. Comes with training, preparation, and then gradually you're nearing actualization.
Yeah.
So it's very important. Preparation, it's been tough.
Yeah.
But it's been a good learning curve. My walk with God has been the life of a writer.
I see. But someone might assume that, I mean, for the kind of work you do and the literary devices that you put out and all that, you're not necessarily that close to God because it's more traditional. You get where I'm coming from?
God respects our culture so much.
Yes.
Yes. That is why you call him in any language and he responds. Otherwise, we would only call him in Hebrew.
Yeah.
But when you call God in Ghana, he will show up. When you call God in Japanese, actually in Japanese, Hashmula told me, it's called Yesu Christo as well.
Oh, in Japanese?
Yeah.
They call me Yesu Christo.
Yesu Christo. When you call Mawu, Mawu will show up.
Yeah.
When you call Isa Messiah, Isa Messiah will show up. When you call Mawu Yehovah, Mawu Yehovah will show up. The names keep going on and on and on.
Yeah.
When you call Dieu, he'll show up. So God respects our culture.
He does.
Definitely.
What have been the most difficult moments for you in honing this talent and making it a career?
Okay. The most difficult moments were taking that decision to say, this is what I want to do, against all odds. Because you are the only one who heard that call, which said, move. Nobody else heard it. You know, Abraham having to just get up and leave home, not knowing where you were going.
Yeah.
So I'm like, God, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just trusting you to get me there. And I just take off.
Yeah.
And there are days where I feel I'm not writing enough. I've yet to publish my first collection, but I have quite a volume of
I can
writings.
imagine, yeah.
If I decided to publish back to back, how many years I could just...
How many books could you put out?
So many.
Ooh.
So many.
How many pieces have you written so far?
I can't count exactly, but I should exceed 1,000 pieces.
Over 1,000 pieces?
I should exceed 1,000, yes.
So do you store them? How do you store them? Are they...
There are some I have original prints from.
Okay.
There are some I have soft. I have both hard
And
soft
soft.
copies of. Some of them are voice recordings. Some of them are even videos that nobody probably has ever seen. And I have all of these records.
Nice.
Some of them are born on the go.
You can get on stage and just...
We could make the spirit of a prophet is subject to a prophet. The spirit of a poet should be subject to a poet.
Yeah, but once you do it, how do you go back and remember, especially for some that are not necessarily recorded?
It came from within me, and right now this show is live, but we're still recording, so I still get my footage.
So you always have
Definitely.
backup.
Backup.
Is Nasi your real name?
Okay. For the purpose of this conversation, Nasi is my real name.
Okay.
Otherwise, when I wear my civilian clothes, I'm Philip Kwame Boachidua Oyinka.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who gave you Nasi?
Nasi was a divine name. However, when I grew up, I found out. When I was growing up, my grandmother, almost everybody around me, kept going Nasi.
Okay.
I recently found out my cousin couldn't say Nana Boachi. So she corrupted it to Nasi. However, my final year in uni, I was looking for a name which was Afrocentric because things I was writing versus a Philip it wasn't really mixing up. So I started searching. Then he says, the heaven is the Lord's, the earth is his footstool which he has given to man. I was like, okay. Then it simply means I'll go down there and carry the footstool that he rests the street on.
Yeah.
Tinana Sasi, or Mama Koenja Biwa Fasi, footstool bearer of Krum Krum Nana Yankuponga, Ucha Yankuntono, Bomb and
So all this as well, when you're writing, you write it in tree?
Yeah, in tree.
Did you have to learn how to write in tree?
I had to learn how to write in tree. So growing up, we studied Kyapim tree in school,
Yeah.
medical school. That's how I learned the Kyapim tree.
Ah.
And then my grandfather, this old Asante Bible, where Yesu is spelled with an I and 2 dots on it. The tree script.
So it's Y-I?
No, it's I.
It's just I with 2 dots?
Yesu, I, 2 dots on it. Yeah, it's
I
a
see.
bit complex. It's different than the usual So that's how I learned Asante tree with the Bible.
Okay.
And then I moved to Cape Coast. We moved to Cape Coast, Elmina. That's how I studied Fanti. I wrote my BC in Fanti and scored 1 for it. So I have a Kyapim, I have a Sante, I have.
And then you have Fanti. So what I displayed earlier, was that anything close to?
Infantino is good. And with the Infantino, contemporary Fanti, more than Melange. And a book Infantino, on now what show was it?
That was not a display with her.
Which one was a nice Melange?
Modern Fanti.
I have fruit salad now.
Wasn't crank a crowd womb. One side, eh?
The Fantangas are a very liberal language.
Yeah,
that's true. For Cheddar, we're very hospitable people.
That's true.
At the going and the environment, a boom there, challenge Fanti.
Hey, why my Fanti? But you're not excited that they
we're very nice, friendly people.
Is there even an industry for what you do in Ghana?
An industry? I think we have a group of young people, probably older people who have handed down the baton. They created a certain awareness that this skill is beautiful, it can be explored.
Yeah.
But you realize that most of our forebears were academics. Now you have a group of young people like us who have both the academic edge and are venturing into using poetry for other things. We've used poetry for marketing campaigns. We've used poetry for different purposes.
Yeah.
And so this path has not really probably been channeled or charted here.
Yeah.
So we are in a new, era trying to find our feet. But you realize that by virtue of being a poet, you dovetail into other things.
Yeah.
I run a literary coaching agency and a cultural consultancy.
Okay.
So poetry gives you, the impetus or that drive to enter different fields. So you could call it an industry, but I feel no art stands
on its own.
So it falls into the bigger body.
But what kind of help do you think, poets in Ghana need at this point?
For poets in Ghana? Okay. Let's start with a lot of moral support.
Moral support?
A lot of moral support. Let the parents know that it's a skill that children can make a living off, 1.
Yeah.
2, it's a skill that really opens your mind. It's a skill that is equally as important as any other skill anybody chooses to have.
Yeah.
Let poets be given that recognition. These people are critical thinkers, probably the philosophers of our times. However, people feel, oh, he's a poet, let's just box him. Now, if you have money and you don't have a plan, you're bound to fail. And so let poets be given the proper education in whichever field they choose to enter, and then let them be pushed out there to practice their skill.
Okay.
Let structures be in place, and let poets be put into strategic spaces. Do you get it? So where their skill would come of need. Otherwise, you can't just leave poetry for the art's sake. It would not really hold so much weight. Then you'd be going back to repeating what the academics have done in the past. However, poetry is needed in different spaces. In critical planning, poetry is needed in corporate spaces. Poetry is relevant in traditional circles, religious circles, in mediation. People don't realize it, but poetry comes to play in a lot of these things.
So a lot more recognition.
A lot more recognition, and then putting them in
support.
strategic places. People should employ the services of poets.
Yeah.
Services of poets. And let's create the right platforms and put poets on so that their voices will be heard. You realize that they mirror society or they refract society. And so you realize that in a few words, what somebody will spend 6 paragraphs, you compress it, which means these are very observant people. Let's give them the right platforms. Before, on strategic state events, corporate events, please put poets on. They come with this flair, this beauty of handling language.
Yeah.
And they sell the nation very well. Make them arts ambassadors, make them cultural ambassadors.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would do a good job selling Ghana, and then build a lot of schools under trees.
Build a lot of schools under trees. And make them ambassadors. Have you been made an ambassador yet for any of the sectors or anything at all?
Not yet.
But you're looking forward to that?
I'm sure with time it should happen. But let me get to schools under trees.
Okay.
Then. Whereas they are cramping people in classrooms, we want to have schools under trees where we can think, we can observe and interact with nature, and have the breeze come through. That way we learn a lot more. I play with songs, with different things. Experiential knowledge,
The schools and the trees, are you talking about what already exists that many are fighting
we could make
rid of?
We could make use of these trees. Let them put up school buildings for them. When they want to put them through academic, strict kind of thinking, rigorous kind of thinking, that's okay. Put them under trees and give them that liberty to express themselves and let them mind roam.
Can they express themselves in the classroom?
We can do it in the concrete boxes, that's okay. But if you give us schools and the trees, we could still turn them around for profit, if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean.
So the buildings are very important.
Yeah.
Let's have them. But schools and the trees could also be put to some fantastic use. Back in the day, when we had storytelling sessions, they were not in boxes. You have this space. This is where this proverb comes from. Shadows will find their places on the wall. Berla, you see the lights coming against us. So back in the day, this would be the fire. This would be us.
Yes.
Look at our shadows here. Down there, shadows on the wall. And so you realize that when the light falls on us, when we are put under scrutiny, everybody will know their level. That simply means when the light comes in, everybody will sit around the fire. The space by which we are measured. And so give us schools and the trees.
Yes.
And we will make good use.
In quotes, it should be deliberate. It shouldn't be as a result of poverty.
No.
Because for a lot of the areas,
That's
exactly.
the point.
So more like mini museums.
Why not? Or spaces where people gather. And you realize that when we gather in these art settings, then age does not necessarily become a barrier.
Yeah.
That's one of the few occasions where children are allowed to speak in the presence of elders. That is how elders are able to pass on knowledge to children. If you want to do it well. If it must be done, it must be done right.
Well, it must be done right. I'm just wondering, do you know which kente this is?
This is a mixture.
It's a mixture.
Insansan or Washem.
Insansan.
Insansan is simply a mixture of different fabrics. So you realize that there's not just one.
Yes.
It's different
Insansan.
motifs. Yes.
All right. Nana Sase, thank you so much.
Thank you for having
for joining me on the show. I
Thank
hope you
you
enjoyed
so
this
much for having
conversation. And happy Ghana Month again.
Pleasant one to you.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure
All
too.
right. Well, when we come back, we'll be talking about all the cookathons, the iron-thons. There's been quite a craze for the Guinness World Records. There are people who are cooking for 700 hours, we're told, so many hours. But what really is the essence of this? Are we losing, the main aspects or whatever it is we need to learn from it? Or is it just, one thing that many people are doing just to have fun? We'll talk about that with some special guests. Don't go anywhere. This is Nana Amwa Afenyi V. I am the Paramount Chief of Ekumfi Otuam traditional area in the Central Region, and that's how I'm dressed today. Big thank you going out to Savida Bonye Kente for styling me, and you can call them on 0243-279751. Call them to style you for any occasion at all. But the spotlight shouldn't be on me. At this point, we're going to be inviting some very special young women who took the country by storm when they decided to break one record or the other. I'm going to invite on stage or on this set a woman who cooked for 227 hours. And in fact, she said that she was actually stopped from cooking, and if she had a way, she would have gone many more hours. I wonder how she feels now, knowing that other chefs have done as much as 700 hours, and there's actually one chef who is still cooking and will not stop cooking. Let's put our hands together for Chef Faila to Abdul Razak. I know you are a musician as well. Okay. Okay. And then we also have another woman who decided to embark on a speechathon. And I know many of you also followed that, right? Well, please help me welcome Edu Sarfowa as she completed her speechathon after 130 hours. And oh, she looks beautiful. Hello. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. Efatao. How you doing? Good to meet Ladies, how you doing? You look so
Fine.
beautiful.
Thank
Faila,
you.
what's
You
wrong? Are you
too.
shy or something?
Yeah, I've always been beautiful.
You've always been beautiful as well.
No, we are not so beautiful
You-
in the kitchen.
Oh, no, you are. I mean, both of you, you did your thing, and I must say congratulations. But first of all, Edrisafa, let me start off with you. I mean, even when you announced the speechathon, I'm sure you saw comments. People were like, why is she coming to do this? Did it sort of break your spirit a bit even before you started?
Thank you so much, Bella, for this opportunity, the day show. And I remember when I had the call, I said that Grammy meets Guinness.
Hey, Grammy meets Guinness.
Yes. That's what
I like
said.
that.
Bella, you know that I'm a person that I saw fame in 2015 via Adonko Famiko. That same year, I had the opportunity to win Best New Actress in Entertainment in Nigeria via City People Entertainment Awards.
All right.
From then, I got an ambassadorial. There were so many opportunities. But on the way, I diverted into controversy. And Bella, I lost almost everything that I've built. Because in the world of controversy, that is when nobody wants to be associated with you. Especially, again, from 2015, I had the opportunity to MC almost every great man's doctorate degree in this country.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And these people were people that I could have opportunities from, but none was coming. Because Bella, everyone was like, I am Pesi Ede and Hube Bono, or Kasadodo, or Ye Dodo.
Why did you even venture into that?
Bella, I did it.
You didn't venture into controversy?
No, I did it. Like, I
Okay.
did it.
Yeah.
Yes, Bella.
Okay.
I did it. Like, I ventured into it. I was happy then in controversy.
You were happy?
Yes, because you know people were telling you almost every week I was trending in Ghana, Africa, and wherever you can talk about it, one issue or the other. So Bella, at a point, I lost everything. Then God being so good, you know, in life there are people that are watching and they genuinely wish you good.
Yeah.
Because I'm someone that anytime I take my phone and I come on social media, there are some pages I visit, not because you're sitting here. When you go to the Grammys, when you're doing your stuff, I'm like, Bella is young. She's doing magic. I have the energy. I could do more. But these things have stopped me. So which way can I come back to how God started with me in 2015?
Yeah.
So I took a journey of rebirth. The rebirth is going on the longest speech marathon with the Guinness World Record.
I see.
And if I'm able to go through that opportunity, I use it to refine myself.
Okay.
And now get back the opportunities that I've been getting all this while.
Has it worked yet?
So much.
Is
Bella,
it?
yes, so much.
And you're back. But let me go to Chef Faila, because I was also surprised to actually see a music video of Chef Faila. So apparently, I'm sure you're like, okay. I saw that video and I was like, okay, so she started as a musician, right? Or did you start as something else before music?
No.
Music was your first love.
Cooking was already there.
It was already there.
Yes, before music.
Before music?
Yes.
So how did music come about?
Okay, music came about as my own support. I was very talented then, and now I could pick up somebody's song and then be able to sing to it the following day. And one time, a producer at my end advised me to start writing things that come off head and then try to write my own songs and sing. And one night, I actually tried, and the first song that came was a peace song. Just maybe it was divine because as at then we were still battling with so much crisis, so much violence, so much misunderstandings in the north. And so that song was so dear to my heart. And so when I put it down, I didn't even have money to record it, but I just knocked on a few doors and they believed in me, gave me money to go and do the recording. And that song was a hit in all the northern regions.
Is that the only song you've ever recorded?
I did other peace songs, but I couldn't, you know, music. It takes money to do very beautiful videos to portray whatever you want to do. But with that very peace song, I tried so hard. I remember shooting that video in Accra here with Mishkini in Ashaiman. And we went to very rural places because, yes, I wanted a quality video and I equally wanted a very rural place to portray the violence, scenes, and situations that happens in the north and use that particular video to preach to the youth, the leaders, and everyone involved for them to come to an understanding that we, the youth, need peace.
Yes, indeed.
To have a new northern region.
And even for the rest of Ghana, because elections is coming, and I'm sure a lot of people are asking, if you had the opportunity to record another peace song or re-record the one you have already done, would you do so?
I want to record a new song because that particular song is still everything we are portraying. If they play it right now, you would see all the scenes of what we are trying to preach about peace.
So there's no need to record a new one?
There is no need to record a new one.
But would you say engaging in Cookathon also gave you that rebirth, just like Sarfowa mentioned, that she also needed to rebrand?
Singing to people's songs and being able to write my own song was a talent. Knowing how to cook ever since I was a kid was a skill to me. So I only asked God in my silent moments with him, give me a platform to show the world what I can do best. And when you give me that platform, let it not be just for me. Let it serve as a platform to showcase where I am coming from. Let the world see the beauty of Northern Region, the talents we, the youth, have, especially we female. And then whatever support is given to other young girls in other places, even if it's outside Ghana, we will be considered for certain opportunities.
That's beautiful. What has life been like after Cookathon? I wish I had tasted some of your food, though. I was seeing pictures. And this was funny. Were you seeing the pictures as well? I was like, hey. No, but not the frog legs, though. That was a little scary. Would you have tried it? Oh, you're scared? Oh, but you could try it. I mean, her food looked really good, right? But for you, what has life been like after Cookathon?
It's been wonderful.
Yeah?
It's a dream come true for me. Those who saw my humble beginnings, those who saw my struggles, those who saw my determination and consistency in the culinary industry. I've worshipped chefs, I've been to restaurants, I've been to hotels. Whenever we vacated from school, even in SHS, and we are on holidays, I wouldn't sit at home. I would gladly go and plead with a hotel's manager and tell them, I beg you, allow me do an attachment in your kitchen.
Okay.
Yes, whether I'm giving something or not, I know that at least I didn't spend my holidays going to look for trouble. And so it's wonderful to have seen all the challenges of society, yet I kept humble, I kept the consistency. I gathered myself this far, hoping and counting on God that should he bless me, I won't be associated with anything anyone will be disappointed about.
And yes, Ghana is proud of you. I talked for 2 days and I'm exhausted. How many minutes did you have to rest in between?
With the Guinness World Record, 1 hour is 5 minutes for the longest marathons.
Okay.
1 hour, 5 minutes, 4 hours, 20 minutes. So even if you do 5 hours, it's still 20 minutes. But if you do 8 hours, then you accumulate 40 minutes. But the rule is 1 hour, 5 minutes, 4 hours, 20 minutes.
That's serious. Why did you put yourself through this stress?
Berla, I've been a fighter all this while. I remember all these years when I started media in 2015, you had shows at TV3 that I come like, I'm just happy to be on. Because when I was selling Force Akantamanto, anytime I see Jackie appear on billboards, I tell my friends that, hey, I'll be on billboards someday. And they'll be laughing. Because I saw a dream. There were so many things I never even realized or saw what I was doing. God did magic for me through the team of doctors and my management that my energy was maintained for 6 days. My voice was maintained for 6 days.
You didn't have any sore throats,
no,
none of those?
No. Let's clap for Berla Medical Doctor.
I see.
Dr. Rajanunu and
were they giving you ginger and things to chew while you were?
No, it's funny, Berla. You see, before I went to the speech-a-thon, I'm somebody that have been spiritual for long.
Hey, you suffer.
Yes.
Gonna now hit it hard as people say.
There is a Berla, no, yeah, what was a business?
Do you feel like those people have not forgiven you for some of the things you said about them?
Bella, they said it to me, I said it to them. You understand? But we live in a society, people cannot forgive. But when you forgive, you have the opportunity to thrive the more.
Okay.
When you don't, you always keep pain and what you feel that people have done to you. So Bella, we are all living. I think I wronged you. I'm sorry. I've said it on Guinness World Record stage. Forgive me, forgive yourself, because nobody is living forever.
Yeah.
Maybe you might keep you might keep my pain in you forever, and the good things you are to do for yourself,
You'll
forget
never
them.
do it. Okay.
Yes.
Faila, there are so many people who are already cooking. Are you scared? Are you worried?
I wasn't this way. People saw my humble beginnings. I kept being good for one reason, that tomorrow, when God decides to touch me and put light into the talents and skills that I have, everyone would want to be associated with it. I was in my kitchen, just counting on my mere friends, my society people, my fellow Northerners. Hey, come around, let's do this thing. I was there, no. Vice President of our wonderful nation appeared there. I was there, no. Chief of Staff appeared there.
Yeah.
I was there. A whole Mrs. Lodina Mahama appeared there. If I want to count the number of wonderful men and women, children, market women, businessmen, institutions, a noble institution as the Ghana Army represented the whole country to support us from day 1 to 10.
Then there's nothing else that should matter at this point.
There was nothing else to matter.
I saw you in the home of the former President John Dramani Mahama and Madame Lodina Mahama, and you were rolling on the floor. I thought that was quite an interesting one. I don't know if you read comments as to what people thought about it, but tell us a bit about that experience.
Yes. I saw the comments as well, and 99% was positive.
Yeah.
It was positive because I'm sure majority will be able to tell when one is pretending and when one is genuine. Me, when I'm happy and I'm grateful, the gratitude alone makes me tear up and cry uncontrollably. And so the opportunity for a mere mortal as me to have been given a response, a text message by these kinds of wonderful personalities. Who am I? Come to my house on this day, this day, this, that. And I am taking all the way to their wonderful hall, giving a seat, giving water to drink, and having the opportunity to listen to the wisdom of such wonderful people. I'm not expected to be sitting. I should roll on the floor once more to thank them. Yes, I'm deeply grateful for
Are there
the
others
love
you
and
want to meet
support.
as well?
I was a nobody, and Ibrahim Mahama spotted me and helped me wholeheartedly. And not my intelligence, not by any popularity. Come on. What I did, I would love to meet him and tell him that, Daddy, this is what I have become because of your support and encouragement.
I see.
Bella, Ghana, we are approximately 33 million people. And the people even attempting, as of now, that we are seeing is not up to 20. But even the youth in this room are more than 20.
Yeah.
You know, when every youth can dare themselves and take that opportunity, even if nobody notices yourself, you notice all the days of your life that you gave yourself a try.
Okay.
It's very important. Whatever tone we are seeing, there is nothing wrong with it, Bella.
Iron tone.
Iron tone, yes.
There's nothing wrong.
That's what I told you, that from beginning when I read about Guinness World Record, the things that happen in there are scary. But Bella, let everyone have that opportunity with their lives.
Can they try something else?
Like how, Bella?
Something else beyond just what, a thorn? Because now it looks like it's being abused, which is what, you know, many Ghanaians
Bella,
think.
please, I said from the beginning that Ghana is approximately 33 million people. How many people are trying?
Okay.
Even your hood, maybe the next 5 walls to your house, the people in there are many than the people who are trying. So meaning even the youth are not even showing interest enough. But sorry to use your platform to say that, you know, we are people that we love to exaggerate. By the end of the day, no, give people the chance to go into the world they are finding themselves.
Okay.
Because Berla, after the Guinness World Record, believe you me, you see life in a different picture.
The way you're saying is now we're going to have more atoms. So.
Yes, no, Berla,
They should go ahead.
No, let them do it.
They should do
if
it,
there is
okay.
anyone in this room who wants to, let the person go ahead.
Who wants to do any atom here? Anybody interested? Okay,
so,
I want Faila to come in and then we'll take a break.
To add to that, let me cite an example for you. When you are siblings of like 5, and you pull yourself to the top, and you don't make efforts to drag the other 4 with you, you are likely to carry all the burden.
Yeah.
And if you don't take care, it will weigh you down back to where they are, and you all will be the same. Now, I gave you that example to get to a certain point. When you are doing something, yes, in as much as you are doing it for yourself, don't be too self-centered. Look at the community you are coming from. Look at all other opportunities that are there. Look at all other things that are equally there. Should you just pull yourself out of that society because of your self-centeredness and what you can do for yourself, what about the others? What story does it change if it's only you who made it? What does it change? Now, during the cooking marathon, when I was done, I was here with Cookie,
Yeah.
and she asked a particular question. Faila, you were expected to do 5 days, 120 hours. How come you did 2 to 7 hours? I told her something. You see, and when I got here today, you also asked me that, what if I died? What if I could? You're not the first to ask me that. And anyone that asked me such a question, I told them it would have been worth it. My people would have celebrated me forever for a good cause. Haven't our peers died out of terminating illegal pregnancies? Haven't our colleagues died out of Kayayo? Haven't our colleagues died out of peer pressure in doing so many illegal things? A lot to say. Now, on my 5th day, when I saw the youth put aside the people who have made it in life, who turned up for me at Cookathon, when I saw the youth, before Cookathon, we were fighting against drug abuse in Northern region. It was that severe, this period, and we've been trying to take the youth out of it. But during Cookathon, these same drug addicts were there 24 hours. They were eating from me. They were forced to stop smoking for quite a number of hours and days because it wasn't permitted in the premises. You don't need to be on the internet to do this thing illegally, to become someone. They told that story by coming to support me.
So you think that we should encourage everyone else who's also doing this because this could also be their opportunity?
That is where I gave you all of this elaboration to tell you that if you want to do a marathon for 1 million days, make sure that you are not being self-centered.
Okay.
Do it for the sake of you, your community, and the nation.
But you think that
let's grow together.
And you think that a lot of people who are now doing this, they're just being self-centered?
I'm just giving an advice.
Do you think?
I don't think.
There must be a reason for you to make that statement.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not using anyone as an example. I'm using myself
as an example.
Yes.
I see. Let's take a break at this point. It's quite a heated conversation. I wish we could continue, but we have some games to play as well. So keep watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I have Queen Speechathon and Queen Cookathon in the studios with me. Of course, Sarfowa is awaiting results from the Guinness World Records to know if she was able to break that record or set that record for talking for 6 days straight. That was a total of 130 hours.
And the record holder, Nepal, has 90 hours.
Wow. Okay. Well, Chef Faila to Abdul Razak is also here, and she also attempted to break the record by cooking for 227 hours in person. In fact, if you go to the spiritual world, I'm sure she would have wished that she could have cooked for 1 year or so, and it would have been very possible. I want us to play a game. So, ladies, if you can join me. Faila, this is your podium. Safa, please be careful.
Okay.
That's your podium as well. So, if you click on it, the light comes on. Let's see what light you have. Yours is green, and Faila's own is red. I'm going to ask some questions. Faila, I hope you're looking on the paper. Of course, we're celebrating Ghana month, right?
Please, you didn't tell us you were going to ask us questions.
Oh, don't worry. It's just a game. It's nothing too difficult.
You needed to know we're going
question
to write
there. You don't like it. You like cookathon.
You needed to let us know we're coming to answer questions.
Oh, but these are very easy. These are very easy.
This is not fair.
It's a competition. Oh, it's not fair.
Oh.
What if it's questions about food?
That's what I don't know, because I'm sure Chef Isaac is watching me. If I don't represent Chef World right now, it's going to be a problem.
Why is Faila taking this person? Like, easy. You never know. So when I ask the question, the first person to turn on the light and get it right scores a point. Okay? Very simple questions. Don't worry. Which country? Oh, wait. We have to count down, right? Let's count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. First question. Which country is to the east of Ghana?
Togo.
You will think about it more. Yes, she's right. Togo.
Oh, I'm right.
Yes. Faila, were you now doing no,
I was thinking of Tosafi and Eba.
Tosafi?
Because I'm expecting food questions to come from
Don't worry, there'll be something about food. Question number 2. When did the Portuguese build Elmina Castle?
Bella, I remember in GHS 1942.
Faila, you want to give it a try? Or you're still thinking about Eba?
Me and those subjects, I didn't like them. I was interested in catering.
In catering. So you didn't like science? But you know catering also is a scientific thing, right?
Yes, so but for now, I don't think we are doing
you didn't like history?
With, photosynthesis in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
1947.
It's okay. It's 1482. So you were far away.
Wow. Okay, I turned it.
Okay, next question. What is the first university in Ghana?
Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
Obua.
University of Ghana.
Please turn on your light and give it a try.
University of Ghana.
You are right. Speechathon 1, Cookathon 1. Who are you for? You must choose either heaven or hell. Okay.
Someone told me Teko. Hey.
Someone told you Teko?
Yes.
Don't worry, it's fine.
Yes.
Who was Ghana's first prime minister?
Prime Minister? Osajo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
You're right. Well, for a minute you were wondering, did we ever have a prime minister?
I wanted to mention Akufo-Addo's father.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You should have mentioned so I laugh at you small. Next one. Who overthrew the government of Kofi Buzia and established military rule in Ghana in 1972?
President Rawlings.
Wait.
Osajo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah again.
Kofi Buzia, 1972. Who overthrew him? Nkrumah didn't come back.
Hey.
Okay, it was actually Ignatius Kutu Echampong. Okay, this one is easy. What's the tallest mountain in Ghana?
Afajato.
Okay, she got it right. Who became Ghana's president on 7 January 2001?
What's it? John Ejokunkufo.
No, it wasn't Rollins, it was Kufuor.
John Ejokunkufo.
2001, Faila. Okay, let me ask something about Cookathon because the way it's going there. Don't worry, last one. Who composed Yenara Yasasini?
Ephraim Amu.
Can you sing it?
Yenara Yasasini.
Let's do it together. Ebro de maye. Mojana na mushegu yerito maye. Sing some. Everybody was so. Say ye biata so. Yes, we're celebrating. I want you to sing.
Our time in our northern local schools, they were not teaching us these songs.
Any of these songs.
I'm yet to learn it from you.
I was going to let you leave us with your peace song. So if you want to do your peace song, or you don't want to, it's all right.
Madagana, northern region. Madagana, northern region. Alele shebi, we want peace. Peace building, peacekeeping, peace building, Alele. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarfowa.
Thank you so much, Berla.
Thank you, Faila. Any final words before we go? We don't have much time, so we have to wrap up in a bit. Final words?
So we can be
Yes,
here?
We can still be here. Sarfowa, what do you want to say
So,
quickly?
Berla, Mundi and team, thank you for this opportunity, the day show. I'm grateful to God Almighty for rebirth. I pray that all the days of my life, I should go this way because it will bring me things that I will never wish for. Secondly, please let me use your platform to thank Douala Medical Center.
I'm charging you for this. This is the 7th time you are mentioning them.
37 Military Hospital, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, and the doctors in the diaspora that came together for a young woman to stand for 6 days without losing their voice, energy on point and everything. I'm grateful. I say, Nyame Enshwamo.
Amen.
And I'm
All right.
grateful
Amen.
Ghana and Africa and the rest of the world.
Faila, final words.
Okay. To Jordan Cookware, Pomo Ghana.
To everybody.
To all the wonderful Ghanaians who supported me during and after Cookathon, I am deeply grateful, and I hope to do more to fulfill this purpose God has for me.
Amen. What is your traditional name, by the way?
I wasn't given one.
Oh, you weren't given one?
Yes,
okay. What about you?
Efia Sarfowa Kantimpo.
Kantimpo. You can also call me Nana Amwa Afenyi the 5th. And today, of course, you can call me AKA Kim Peggy. I'm representing the Ekumfi Otuam traditional area as their chief. And this is me paying homage to them. But thank you so much to Savida Bonye Kente for styling me. You can find them on social media. Savida is Sarvida Bonye Kente. On that note, thank you all so much for joining us. Happy Ghana Month one more time, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.